Good morning, everyone. I remain my humble self, Coach Watt. Once more, I want to thank my coaches, Coach Moore and Coach Salisu, for giving me this privilege to present to you guys the Rqtmi Excel sheet template. And I want you guys to pay attention to what I will be teaching today. Okay, so today we are going to be treating an interesting topic we usually treat every Tuesday. Every Tuesday we do this. And what is this all about? This is the Rqtmi Excel sheet template. Now, remember we told you that Rqtmi is a semi-automated robot. It's semi-automated in order for you to have control and ownership over what you're doing. So for you to have that control and ownership, you need to give that Rqtmi board a settings, a configuration. And that configuration is developed from this Excel sheet template. So this is more or less like the engine room of your trade. The manner and way your boat buys and sells for you, it is based on this configuration. So we are going to be talking about how it works today. So interestingly, this is the dashboard of the Excel sheet template. In the dashboard, we have what is called Magic 1, Magic 2, Magic 3, Magic 4, Magic 5, Magic 6, Magic 7, and down to Magic 8. Now, this is the Excel sheet template. Now, for Magic 1, you see it covers for 30% dip. Magic 2 covers for 60% dip. Magic 3 covers for 25% dip. And then Magic 4 covers for 100% dip. Now, then you have also Magic 5 that covers for, Magic 5 covers for 50% dip as well.
Coach Welch, you can't see the template on the screen. It's not displaying. Please check.
Really? Okay. Let me check again. Sorry about that. Can you guys see it now? Please, can you see the screen now?
Yes, we can see the screen.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Now, like I was saying, this is the dashboard of the Excel sheet template. And this is what it looks like. We have from Magic 1 down to Magic 8. So we are going to be talking about Magic 1, Magic 3, and Magic 5. Why are we going to be interested in these three magics is because of the season we have. We are in a bull season, and in a bull season, we make use of Magic 1, make use of Magic 1, Magic 3, and Magic 5. So last week, I talked about Magic 3 settings. So today, I'm going to treat Magic 1 settings and how it works. So we say that Magic 1 covers for 30% dip. What does it mean? Each of these magics have a minimum capital you can use on it. It has a minimum capital you can use on it. So if we are using Magic 1 settings, the capital we can use on it is minimum of 320. So what does this mean covers for 30% dip? It means that if you are using 320, the entire 320 will be spread across what we call margin calls. It will be exhausted across different levels. So by the time it is exhausted across these different levels, it means at that point, the entire 350 has entered into the trade, and it means that it has dipped by minus 30%. That is what it means by 30%, minus 30% dip. So if your coin or the market has dipped by minus 30%, it means that the entire 320 have been spread across these different margin calls. So what happens then is you wait patiently. As the price is going up, it starts selling and start giving you money across these different levels. That is what is meant by covers for 30% dip. So we are going to go to Magic One. So this is for you using laptop. This is where you enter the Magic One Rqtmi Magic One settings to bring up the configuration on the Magic One settings. So when I click, it takes me automatically to the Magic One settings. Now remember I said, now this is how the Magic One settings is. Now for you to use Magic One settings, you need a minimum capital of 320. So between 320 and 519, you can use Magic One settings on it. So, but there's what we call risk management. Let's say, for instance, you have 320. This is the only capital you have to trade. Now, we won't advise you to use this coin on Magic 3 alone. So what we are going to advise you is split it into 3 places. If you do that, you have 100 and something plus, 100 and something plus, 100 and something plus, for instance, 110. Now, you use Magic One settings instead. You trade 3 coins at a time, 3 coins at a time, rather than you just trading 1 coin, putting your eggs in 1 basket and just trading 320 alone. No, because this is a marketplace. At times, this market can be slow. But if you are trading 3 coins at a time, if this is slow, this will pick up. If this is down, this will pick up. So you have options. So we don't advise, if you have only 320, for you to use it to use Magic One. But however, if you have enough capital, you can put some on Magic One settings. Let's say you have $1,000. You divide $1,000 by 3, it gives you 333. So into 3 places, you can trade minimum of 333, meaning you can trade 3 coins at a time because you have $1,000. So instead of using this $1,000 on one particular coin, you do risk management, divide it by 3, it gives you 333 into 3 places, meaning you are going to trade coin A, coin B, and coin C. So in that way, you have done a proper risk management. So let's take, for instance, I say minimum of 320, but we have 330 as our trading capital. So how do we compute it? So to start with first, we are using 330 as our capital. Now you see that risk type is radical. What does radical mean? Because of the nature of the crypto market, it moves to, fro randomly like this, aggressively. So we want the robot to trade alongside with the pattern of the market and take advantage of it to make profit, buy and sell and make profit for us. We don't want it to be conservative. We don't want it to be unsteady. We want it to be aggressive. That is why we want it to be on radical. Remark is usually the amount, the initial capital you have in your hands that you want to use and trade. Now, if you have a capital of 333, this is the jet. Listen to this very, pay attention. If you come here, you are seeing 313 already. Now, if I go down to this place, okay, now 333, you won't compute this entire 333 on this remark. Before you do that, you will do 333, this 333, which is your initial capital, minus this first buying amount 20, always minus your initial. If you are using Magic One, always minus your initial capital, minus 20 from it. So it will give me 313. So this is the 313 you saw here. So when I go to check if this capital I'm using is the configuration I get or the settings based on this capital I got, what you want to do is you come here and compute this 313 after subtracting 20. You have 313, you compute this 313 inside the remark here. So how does it? You now go down and see, check your multiple buying ratio. This is the multiple buying ratio I'm referring to. Check here. So the summation of the multiple buying ratio should give you your capital that you want to trade with, which is this 313, 333. This is the capital. So it means that your settings is based on this 333. So a fast one, let's do another one. Like we have 480. We want to use 480 to trade. Now, what am I going to do on the remark? Before, I will not insert this 480 on the remark. What I'll simply do, I'll do 480 minus 20. So I'm going to get 460. Now, this 460, I will insert this 460 into this remark. 460 into the remark, and let's see what it will give us. It will give me 480, which is my initial capital I want to use. So it shows me that this configuration is based on my capital of 480. But if you don't do that subtraction and you go and put 480, it will be showing you 500. And you and I know you don't have up to that amount of money to trade. So it means you'll be over trading. You don't have that kind of money. So that is how to handle the remark section. Take note of that. I hope it's clear. Then the next on the line is first buying amount. Now for first buying amount, let's assume I'm taking, remember I say minimum of 320 down to 519. So that is why I'm using 480 in this illustration now for you guys, 480. So let's assume that I want to go to the market with this 480 in my hand, and I want to visit, there's a French shop in that market I usually visit, which is shop A. Then I want to visit like 20 other shops from shop 1 to shop 20. Then in this my friend shop, each time I get to this market, I must, based on sentiment, visit this my friend shop to buy an item from my friend. And the item I want to buy in all these shops I want to visit is just pepper. So pepper is the name of product and is also a name of a crypto coin. So you guys can relate with it. So I want to go to the market and buy some pieces of pepper. So I went to my friend shop, and before I went to my friend shop, I have a fixed amount in my mind that I want to spend in that my friend shop. I'm not willing to spend more than that amount of money in my friend shop. And that amount of money in my mind was $20. It is fixed in my mind. So it's the amount I'm willing to spend in my friend's shop. So no matter what my friend is going to say to me, I'm not spending more than this, I'm not spending less than this. So first buy-in amount is the amount I'm willing to spend in my friend's shop. So first buying amount here refers to the amount that the boat will use in buying first from this your $80, 480 rather, for $80. That is what is known as first buying amount. Open position double, do not enable. Now, if you enable it, what is the consequence? What is the negative impact it will create? Now, remember, this money I have 480, I want to allocate it to my friend's shop, and I want to see how it will be distributed across evenly across these 20 shops. So it means I have a plan already. If I spend $20 here, the remaining one will take me through these 20 shops. So if I now have a situation where I came to my friend's shop, my friend now whine me, psych me on my Momo button. Before you know, me that planned from the house to use $20 in my friend's shop, I was not thinking of using $40. So if I use $40 in my friend's shop, it will affect this money that I will use and go through these 20 shops. I might not have enough money to go through these 20 shops again. So that is the negative impact of open position double. If you enable it, instead of your robot to buy your first buy with 20, it will double it and use 40 to buy, and it will affect the 20 shops that he wants to buy from. That is what is open position double. AI margin call. AI margin call do not enable. What is the consequence of enabling it? Now, we said that this robot is a semi-automated robot for you to have control and ownership over what it does. Now, your control and ownership that you want it to you want to have control and ownership. So the control and ownership is this configuration. King Patrick, don't worry. After the section, I will allow you to ask your question. Just pay attention for now, please. AI margin call. AI margin call, you don't want to enable it. If you enable it, you are telling the robot, go against these settings. Go against these settings I'm giving to you. You begin to buy at your own discretion, say at your own discretion. And we don't want that. So your AI margin call should always be disabled. Margin call limit. Margin call limit refers to the 20 shops I was talking about that I want to visit. I want to buy pepper along these 20 shops. So the robot buys that particular coin, be it pepper, across 20 shops as the price is going down. It starts buying from shop 1, shop 2, shop 3 to the 20th shop. So that is what is known as margin call limit. Core position take profit ratio, 3%. Please, I like talking about this later. So I will talk about this later very much towards the end of the section. Remind me just in case I forget. All position take profits, all position take profit callback, 0.01. Please, King Adedotun, please, you are writing on my screen. Please, Adedotun, you are writing on my screen. Please. So now, all position take profit callback. Pay attention to this, please. Pay attention to this, please. Now, for all position take profit callback, 0.01. What does it mean? Now, this is one of the unique features of Rqtmi. Now, let's assume I want to buy a coin, Pepe, and I want to buy when it is $5, and I intend to sell when it is $10. Now, you will agree with me, between this point to this point, there's a profit of $5 that I'm going to make. Now, what is going to happen? The crypto market, I enter, this becomes my entering price. This becomes my exit price. This is where I want to come out. Now, I entered at this point and the market start moving like this, down, up, came down again, up, came down, up, came down. And suddenly there was a spike. Now, I was supposed to come out here, but because of this sudden spike, the robot did not deliver my take profit. Like, did not give me my profit of $5 alongside with my capital. It didn't give me that. But now, why? It is because of this sudden spike, because of this sudden movement. So for this robot to release this my $5, please mute yourself. Who is this person? So for the robot to release this $5, this sudden spike has to return back by 0.1, 0.01, 0.01. Now, this is a return to 0.01. Now, let's assume that at this level, the price at this level was $12. Now, you will agree with me, between this level of $10 and this level of $12, there is a $2 lying here. So because of this sudden spike, one, the robot could not release my initial profit I was expecting on $5. So the robot was waiting for this sudden spike to return by 0.01. So when it eventually returned by 0.01, it had to stop at a price of $12. Now, between where I was supposed to come out and this point, there is an extra $2 here. So what the robot does now, at this point of returning back by 0.01, the robot is going to release my profit. But this time, it will release my profit alongside with this $2. So it's going to give me a total of $7. That is $2 plus $5, which is a total of $7 as against the $5 I was expecting initially. So this is the function of all position take profit call back. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. God. Please, I just realized that you people said, okay. King Mohammed. Okay, Bashir. Coach Bashir, please, can you hear me? I just made you a co-host.
Yes, I can hear you now. For sure.
They said they've not been seeing my screen.
Yes, the screen you are illustrating on is not showing on the screen. Actually, I even text you on your WhatsApp so that you can notice about it. It's just the first dashboard. Yeah, right now it's showing now.
This is network issue. So I have to.
Yes, now it's showing. You can go ahead.
Okay, where did you guys stop seeing the screen?
Since from where you are discussing about the first buy-in from the shop, your friend, where you visited your friend to buy double.
That was
Yes.
where people stopped.
Yes.
Okay, let me go back to that. God. Okay. So I was saying that now I have 480. Let's assume I have 480 and I want to visit the market. And I'm going to my friend's shop, shop A. Then I'm going to another shop, 20 shops. Then now in this my friend's shop, I want to buy a particular product known as pepper. Pepper is a product you people can relate with. Both physical and crypto. Is a crypto coin also. It's also a physical product. That's why I'm using it. So I want to visit this my friend shop, and in this my friend shop I want to visit, the amount I'm willing to spend is $20 in my friend shop. I'm not willing to spend more than $20, no matter what my friend is going to tell me. So that $20 I'm willing to spend in my friend shop is what is referred to as this first buying amount, which is 20. So anytime you see first buying amount, it is the amount that the robot will use, the first amount it will use to buy from your initial capital. So the first amount I will use to buy in my friend shop is $20, which is fixed. Now, open position double, we say do not enable. Now, do not enable, it means that what is the implication if you enable it? Now, remember I said in my friend shop, I'm willing to spend $20. There is nothing my friend is going to tell me that will make me to spend more than $20. So for that reason, if, for instance, my friend now whine me, pressure me, I now have to go and use extra $20, which is $40 in my friend shop to buy. So the implication is that it will affect this capital I will use across these 20 shops. I will not have enough money to go through this 20 shop. So you don't want to enable open position double. Take note of that. Because if you enable it, instead of your boat to buy the first buy with 20, it's going to double it and buy with 40. And you have a shortage to go through these 20 shops. AI margin calls. What does AI margin call means? You know the bot is a semi-automated bot, meaning you will give it your own settings and configuration. Now, because you are giving it your own settings and configuration, you don't want to enable this AI margin call, because if you enable it, you are telling the bot, go against my settings, go against my configuration, buy at your discretion and sell at your own discretion, and you don't want that. So always disable your AI margin call. Margin call limit refers to the 20 shops I want to buy. So as the price is dropping, the price of pepper is dropping, I'm buying across these 20 shops. So margin call limit, I'm using the word shop, but here we call it the margin calls. So all position take profit, I said I'm going to talk about it much later. You guys should remind me. Now, all position take profit callback. Bashir, hope you can still see my screen. All position take profit
Yes.
callback.
Yes, we can see your screen. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, okay, thank you. All position take profit callback. All position take profit callback. Now, for the all position take profit callback, now this is the principle, this is the concept. Now, let's assume I want to buy pepper when the price of pepper was $5. I want to buy pepper when the price is $5 at this point. This is the point. Then I want to sell when the price is at $10. Now, you will agree with me that between these $5 to $10, there's a profit of $5 here that I should be expecting. So this is my entering point where I enter the market, and let's go. Crypto moves like this, moves like this, moves like this, and there was a sudden spike. Now, there was a sudden spike that just came up like this. Don't mind my listening. There was a sudden spike. Let me redo that to make it clear. Okay, so there was
Your
a sudden
screen,
spike like
your screen is showing, but illustration is not showing what you are illustrating.
it's not showing.
What you are illustrating, but the screen is showing.
Let me share again. Are you sure it's not my network that is doing this? Can you see my screen now?
Yes, yes, I can see your cursor now. I can see your
Okay,
cursor.
good. Okay.
Yes.
Now, for the opposition take profits callback, we have what is now. I want to buy pepper, P for pepper, at the price of $5. That is when I want to buy, and I want to sell when the price gets to $10. Now, you guys will agree between this point to this point is a profit of $5. Now, this is my entering point, and the crypto market moves like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. And there was a sudden spike. Now, this sudden spike, I was supposed to come out of this trade. This is my exit point. I was supposed to come out of this trade and make a profit of $5 alongside with my initial capital. Now, but the robot did not release my profit of $5 because of this sudden spike. Now, for this robot to release my profit, it has to return by 0.01. So let's assume it did a return of 0.01. This is the return of 0.01 at this level. And at this level, it was now $12. Now, between this $10 and $12, you will agree with me that there's a $2 here. So what the robot does is, as soon as there's a return by 0.01, what the robot does is it's going to release your profit, but this time it's going to release the profit alongside with these $2 coupled with your $5. So instead of you getting your initial $5, you are going to get extra $2 on your $5, which will give you a total profit of $7. So this is a very unique feature of the trading view. Sorry, this is a very unique feature of Rqtmi. So that is all position take profit callback. hold position, take profit, call back. Is that clearly understood? Is it clearly understood? Is it clearly understood? So, okay, let me proceed. If it is clear, let me know on the chat so I can proceed. If this is clear, let me know on the chat so I can proceed. Okay, King Bashir, thank you. So now, buy in, call back. Buy in, call back. Buy in, call back. Now, for buying callback, we have it works the same way as opposition, but this time is buy. Now, let's say the price of pepper is at $10, and I want to sell. I want to buy at $5. I want to enter at $5. Now, but the price is here, currently here, and it's moving up, down to the price. This is the price I want to buy. And it's moving up, down. Then there's a sudden spike. Now, instead of the robot to buy at this point, for me, at $5, because of this sudden spike, the robot will not trigger the buy. It's going to wait for this sudden spike to return by 0.01. And maybe at this point of 0.01, the price is $4.5. So instead of it to buy at $5, it's going to buy at $4.5, which is thereby helping me to buy more cheaper than what I anticipated. And you know, in spot market, we buy low and sell high. So we always want to see how to buy low and sell high. So that is the function of buying callback. Then for distributed take profit allocation, 5th call to the 20th call, we have 1.3%. So I will talk about this also alongside with hold position, take profit, callback. Now for sub position, take profit, callback, sub position, take profit, callback. That is the next thing we are going to talk about. How does stop position, take profit, callback works? Stop position, take profit works alongside, is the same principle with hold position, take profit, callback. The difference between these two is that for hold position, take profit, callback, it happens from that my friend shop. It takes place from that my friend shop to the 4th shop. That my friend shop to the 4th shop. Then for sub position, take profit, it takes place from the 5th shop down to the 20th shop. So you experience opposition take profits callback from the first buy, which is my friend shop, then shop 1, shop 2, shop 3, and shop 4. This is where you experience opposition take profit ratio callback. Opposition take profit callback. But for sub position take profit callback, you experience it from the 5th shop to the 20th shop, but it uses the same principle as I explained. Strategy period, 1 shot. The next is strategy period, 1 shot. For strategy period, we have what is called 1 shot, and we have what is called circle. So let me talk about circle. Now, circle or autopilot, we call it autopilot. Now, there are some people who do not have time at all. You don't have time because of the nature of your work, because of what you do, and the rest. But if you don't have time, you should have money. You should have money like a capital of 3,000 plus, 3,700 and something dollars, or 13,000 plus, thereabouts, 25,000 plus. You have good capital. You don't have time. So don't worry. Just bring your capital. We are going to put it on autopilot for you. Let's say you have like $13,000, which a lot of people have on this platform. So if you have $13,000, we are going to automate 25 coins for you, 1 to 25 different coins. We automate it and put the first maybe 2% take profit, 2% take profit on all the 25 coins, or 5% take profit. Now, what happens here is when you automate it. Now, if coin 1 sells, if this coin once sells, the bot will automatically go and pick it again and trade. If coin 2 sells, it will do the same thing, automatically pick it and trade. If coin 3, as the coins are selling, the bot is going to pick it by itself and trade those coins again continuously and be giving you that fees percentage that you have put already, 2% of it that you have put already. So the only thing you need to learn how to do is how to transfer your profits that is making, because you don't want the bot to recycle your profits alongside with your capital. You just want to be removing your profit. So as soon as the profit drops, you move it from your spot wallet to your funding wallet. Then from your funding wallet, if you want to send it to your local bank account, you send it to your local bank account. It's as simple as that. But for Circle, as the robot sells a particular coin, it automatically goes to pick that coin again. It does it circle. Now, for Circle, even if you don't have skill, just have good capital. Now, what is the profit like for Circle? Average monthly profits for Circle is between 5% to 50% monthly. So what does average monthly profit means? Now, it means that if you start like in January and you make 70% of your capital, and in February you were able to make let's say 30% of your capital, and in March you made 0% of your capital. So when you do 70 plus 30 plus 0, you divide it, you get 100. You divide it by 3, it gives you 33.3. So it means on each of those months, you made 33% of your capital. In January is 33% of your capital, February 33% of your capital, in March 33% of your capital. That is what is meant by average monthly profits. Take note of that. So for one shot, now one shots are for people who want to learn skill. You say you want to learn the act of trading, you want to learn the act of using artificial intelligence to your advantage. You want to impart this skill. Bashir, can you still hear me, please? King Bashir, can you still hear me? Coach Bashir? King Mohammed, can you hear me?
I can hear you, please.
Okay, thank you, please. So now, so for the one shot, you want to learn skill. You want to transfer this skill to your loved ones, to your children, to your friends, and everybody you care about. You use one shot, and for one shot is a minimum capital of $100. So if you don't have enough capital, you should have time to learn the skill with a minimum of $100. That is the least you can use. Now, for the one shot, what does it mean? If you place a trade, take note, $100 per coin. The minimum you can trade on each coin is $100. I've seen people who have $100, they will go and be trading 2 coins. You are not doing yourself any good. It's $100 per coin. It's not $50 per coin. It's $100 per coin. If you want to trade 2 coins, is use $200. If you want to trade 3 coins, use $300. If you have only $150, use the $150 on one coin. That is why we say minimum of $100. Please take note of that. So let's assume you are trading coin A now, and you take 5% off, and this coin A sells. Now, it will not automatically go and pick coin A again because you are on one shot. It will just stop the trade and give you your profit. You will come again and pick another coin B, and set, and you put this coin on 3%. And when it sells, it will close the trade. You will come and pick another coin C, and put this again. When it sells, you take like 4%. So you are at liberty of taking different take profit, 5, 4, 3%, unlike the other circle that is on one particular take profit until you decide to stop it again to go and change it. But here you have the liberty of taking different take profits. So take note, for one shot, you will learn skill, then the minimum capital is $100. So what is the average monthly profit like for one shot? The average monthly profit for one shot is 5%, minimum between 5% to 100% of your capital. Now let's assume in January you made 80%. In February you made 60%. And let's assume in March now the market is down, you have not made any money. So when you do 80 plus 60, that will give me about, I think that will give me about 140. Now 140 divided by 3, that will give me about 40. That will give me about 48%, 48 point something percent, or 46 point something percent thereabout. Now that will give me about 46 point something percent. So what it means is January you made a profit of 46% of your capital, February 46% of your capital, March 46% of your capital. That is what is meant by average monthly profit. Take note of that. So that is that on strategy period. Then we come to margin configuration. This is very important. Please pay attention to this. For margin configuration now, we have first call, we have two, is divided into two parts. We have the margin call drop and the multiple buy-in ratio. Now remember, I'm going to the market with 480. I want to visit my friend shop A, and I want to visit 20 other shops, and the money I'm willing to spend in my friend's shop is $20, which we have talked about, which is our first buying amount. Now, by the time I spend this $20, what will be left for me to go through all this shop is 460. So I want to see how I can distribute this 460 across these 20 shops. Now, for the margin configuration now, the margin call drop, what does it mean? Now, when I got to my friend's shop and I want to buy pepper, P for pepper, she said that our pepper is, each pepper will cost $5. So for me to use $20 to buy at $5, it means I'm going to have 4 pieces of pepper. So these 4 pieces of pepper cost me $20. But one pepper she's selling for $5 because cryptocurrency coin is sold in units. So 1 unit of pepper is $5. But I bought $20 worth of amounts, meaning I got 4 pieces of pepper. Now, for me now to move to this second shop to buy, this first shop to buy, after buying my first buying amount, now for me now to now start buying across this 20 shop, there is something that will trigger me. I won't just enter this first shop. There is something that will trigger me. Now, remember, the idea is to buy low and sell high. So now for me to enter this shop, first shop, I want to see the price at which I bought, which is $5 from my friend's shop. I want to see this price drop. So let's assume if this price dropped to $4, if they now say that this pepper I bought for $5 is now sold in this first shop for $4, that is what will trigger me to enter and buy in this first shop. If they now say that in this first shop I bought for $4, the price, can you guys still hear me? Please answer me if you can still hear me. If you can still hear me, please, I need a response. Okay. So
We can hear you.
Okay, thank you. So now, for me to buy in this first shop, now, I need to see the price drop from $5 to $4 in this first shop. So they should be telling you that in this first shop, price of pepper is $4. That is what will trigger me to enter this first shop to buy. After buying from this first shop, for me to buy in the second shop, they need to tell me that in this second shop, price of pepper is sold for $3. That is what will trigger me to enter the second shop to buy. So this magic call drop is what explains the decrease in the price that will trigger me to enter each of these shops. So now remember, in the first buying amount, my $20 I used to buy when pepper was $5. So for me to enter this first shop, this first call is referred to as the first shop. Now, for me to enter this first call, it means that I want to see this $5 I bought, I want to see it drop in price by 0.2%. So let's assume that 0.2% means that it has dropped from $5 to $4. So it will trigger me to enter the first shop to buy. Now, if I bought at the first shop at $4, now for me to enter the second shop to buy, I want to see that the price that at which I bought, which is $4, it has dropped to $3.5 is on the second shop. So when the price dropped by 0.5, it means that in the second shop, the price of pepper is now sold for $3.5. It will trigger me to enter the second shop. For me to enter the third shop, I need to see that the price of pepper I bought at 3.5, they are telling me on the third shop that it has dropped to $3. So for it to drop to $3, it means that the price has to drop by 0.2%. So since it has dropped by 0.2%, in the third shop, price of pepper is now $3. So it will trigger me to enter the third shop. The same thing applies for the fourth shop. So all these 0.2, 0.5, 0.2 is as the price is dropping, it will be buying across the different calls, across the different shops. Once the price is dropping, the initial price you bought drop by a certain percentage, it will buy. If that price that you bought drop by another certain percentage, it will buy the second shop. That is what will trigger you to enter all this from the first shop to the 20th shop. Look at it. Down to the 20th shop. So margin configuration, margin call drops is showing you as the price is dropping by a certain percentage, you are entering from first shop to second shop, third shop to fourth shop to fifth shop. Now, this now brings us to the dashboard. Remember, in the dashboard, I now said that if it covers for 30% dip. So if you add from the first shop to the 20th shop, if you sum everything, to give you 30%. So for it to buy from the first shop to the 20th shop, it means that that particular coin has dipped by minus 30%. So at that point, you don't need to panic. All you need to do is wait patiently, which I'm going to explain to you. I hope this margin call drop explanation is clear. Now, because of time, I'm rushing because of time. Now, for buying a multiple buying ratio, now you will agree with me that you now understood that this margin call drop is what will trigger you to be entering. As the price is dropping, it will trigger you to be entering from one shop to another. As the price is dropping, it will be triggering you to now. But you know that when I entered my friend's shop, I knew how much I was willing to spend in my friend's shop. You guys knew I knew how much I was willing to spend. But the question is, when I want to enter from shop 1 to 20, I don't know how much I will be spending in each shop from this 460. So margin called multiple buying ratio helps you to know how much, as you are entering each of these shop, how much you are going to be spending across each of these shop. So since now I have used 20, which is my first buying amount in my friend's shop. Now the next shop is the first shop. As soon as the price I bought in my friend's shop drops by 0.2, I will enter the first shop. But how much am I going to use from this 460 to buy in my friend's shop? That is what I don't know. But for you to know that is simple. It's just 0.5 times 20 that will give you about $6. Abi 0.5 times 20. So let me use my calculator to do that. Zero 0.5 times 20. That is $10. So in the to use $10. So what will be left is $4.50. Now I'm waiting to enter. Can you guys still hear me? Please, can you still hear me?
Yes, we
If
can
you can
hear
hear me,
you.
I need.
We
Okay,
can
thank
hear you,
you.
Coach Well. Go
Okay,
ahead.
for me to enter the next shop, for me to enter the second shop, how much am I going to use in the second shop? Is 1.8 times 20. 1.8 times 20. So the first shop I'll use $10 here. The second shop I will use 1.8 times 20. $1.8 times 20. That is $36. I'll use $36 here. The next shop, I'll still do 0. The third shop is 0.5 times 20. Where did I get this 20 from? Remember, this 20 is my first buying amount. So you are multiplying the multiple buy ratio by your first buying amount, which is 10. So that is how you will know how much you are going to use across all the shops from first shop to. So by the time you have bought across all these shops, when you get down, the total money, your total 480 has entered into the trade. Now, at this point that all your money have sunk into the trade, all you need to do is wait patiently. Wait patiently. Now, what will happen now? Now that you are waiting patiently, that now brings me to this point. That now brings me to take note. I said I will come back to all position take profits, 3%, opposite, and I'll come back to distributed take profit from 5th call to the 20th call. So let's treat this one now, 1.3%. So from now that all your coin, the market has dipped by 30%. Now you now have your entire 480 inside the coin. All you need to do is wait patiently. As you wait patiently, as the price start going up, it will sell here. It will sell this side. Remember, I used $36 in buying here. To sell here and give you 1.3% of the amount you use in buying on the 20th shop. It will give you the profit. It will sell here 1.3% of the amount you use in buying on the 19th shop, give you the profit. It gets to 18, sell and give you the profit. 17, sell and give you 1.3%, which is the distributed take profit, 1.3%. It gets to the 16th, sell and give you 1.3% of the amount you use in buying on the 16th shop. Get to the 15th, sell and give you. Get to the 14th, sell and give you. So he's selling them as individual. Get to 13, sell and give you. So you are waiting for it to get to the 12th. You are waiting for it to get to the 12th shop. What happened is the price will drop again. It will go back and buy 13, 14, 15, 16. The price will go up again. To sell 16, give you 1.3% of what you use in buying. Sell 15, give you 1.3%. Sell 14, give you 1.3%. Sell 13, give you 1.3%. Sell 12, give you 1.3%. Sell 15, give you 1.3%. Sell 10, give you 1.3%. You are waiting for it to sell 9. Price will come down, it will trade again and come down. It will buy 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Price will go up again. It will sell 14 and give you 1.3%. Sell 13, give you 1.3%. Sell 12, give you 1.3%. 11, give you 1.3%. 10, give you 1.3%. 9, give you 1.3%. 8, give you 1.3%. 8, give you 1.3%. 1.3%. It will get to 7, give you 1.3%. Get to 6, give you 1.3%. Get to 5th, give you 1.3%. Now, you are waiting for it to sell 4. It will come down again by 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10. Now, it will go up again. Sell 10, give you 1.3%. Sell 9, give you 1.3%. Sell 8, give you 1.3%. Sell 7. This is referred to as subsell. Sell 7, give you 1.3%. Sell 6, give you 1.3%. Sell 5, give you 1.3%. which is that distributed take profit from 5th call to the 20th call. Now, once it gets to the 4th call, it will not sell the 4th call as individual because it's seeing both the 4th call, it's seeing the 4th call, the 3rd call, the 2nd call, the 1st call, and the first buy. It's seeing the first buy in amount, which is this 20, that 20 for my friend shop, this 20 here. It sees them as one entity. So it combines the amount he used in buying 4, the amount he used in buying 3, the amount he used in buying 2, the amount he used in buying 1, and the amount he used in buying the first buy. It combines them together, total them, and give you this whole position take profit, which is 3%, which is 3%. Whole position take profit, which is 3%. So take note, Signal can come with 3%. This is a 3% is a default take profit. Sometimes Signal comes with 2%, sometimes it comes with 5%. You can analyze, sometimes you see 10%. So this is subject to change. But whole position take profit is responsible from first call to the 4th call. Then distributed take profit allocation from 5th call to the 20th call. So that is 1.3 is responsible from 5th call to the 20th call. Take note. So the same thing, all position take profit callback. This callback is responsible for first call to the 4th call. Then sub position take profit callback is responsible from 5th call to the 20th call. Take note of that. Now, these settings that I just did now, this one I just talked about is known as default settings. Now, default settings is the natural way that Royal Qbot is expected to trade the crypto market for us. You are not manipulating the robot, you are not forcing anything, you are not forcing any money inside it. Now, rather, once it buys the 20th call, once you put all these settings and you trigger the bot to start, it will buy the 20th call. As soon as it buys the 20th call, as the price start dropping, it start buying across the shops by itself. You don't need to force anything. Go and sleep, go and do whatever you are doing. So this is known as default settings or default tactics. So we have two types of tactics. We have default and bull tactics. Bull tactics. Now, under bull tactics, we have category 1 and category 2. So what I just explained to you now, that is giving you subsell while you are waiting for your coin to sell, you were seeing small money downtrend, is default settings. So what we are going to talk about next is bull tactics, but we are going to focus on category 1. Bull tactics is divided into category 1 and category 2. So we are going to talk about category 1. So how does category 1 works? Now, you are saying if you are using bull tactics, you are interested in making, because if you use default settings, by the time it buys from your first buy to your 4th call, the amount it would have used is not up to 50%. Let's say it's 25% of your capital it has used here. So meaning if it's selling from 4th call to if it's selling from 4th call to the first call, if you're summing all your money, 25% of your capital, if you sum everything, it gives you 3%. You see that you will not make more money here. Maybe at this point you are making, let's say, $4. But on subsell alone, maybe on subsell alone, because of the high volatility downtrend here, on subsell alone, maybe you have made $8 as subsell alone. So when you add $8 plus this $4, at the end of the day, on that coin, you made $12. So, but from first call to 4th call is maybe 25% of your capital that is there, and it just give you like $4. But this is why people like using and don't like using default settings, because they want to make more money from first call to 4th call. But the advantage of using default setting is if the trade goes against you, you will still be enjoying subsell prior to the time it will eventually get to the 4th call and it sells totally and close the entire trade. But if you are doing bull tactics, this is the advantage of bull tactics, and this is the disadvantage of bull tactics. Now, for put tactics category 1, you are saying you are not interested in subset. You are not interested in whatever is going to be happening from 5th call to the 20th call. So you are ruling all this side out. From 5th call, you are ruling it out. So to rule this 5th call out, all you need to do is you come to your settings, remove this 0.2, put 50%. Change it to 50%. So what you are saying, Robert, if you buy first call, second call, third call, fourth call, if you can't get to the 5th call, don't trigger any buy until the coin or the price dip by 50%. That is when you are going to buy the 5th call. That is why you put on 50%. But now the idea of locking it at a 5th call is you want 100% of your capital, 100% of your capital to enter from first call, from first buy to your 4th call. You want 100% of your capital. What is 100% of your capital? You want the entire 480 to be inside this trade. Remember, it sells from first buy to 4th call as one entity. So you want the entire 480 to be inside this trade. That is what you want. So how do you do that? Because you know that if he buys naturally from first call to the 4th call, it's just 25% of your money, your capital that will enter. But you want the 100% of your capital to enter into this. So how do you do this now? So for you to do that, you make use of the multiple buying ratio. First step 1, take note of this. Step 1, you come and lock your 5th call. Lock your 5th call, just put 50% there at your 5th call. This is 5th call. So you are saying, Robert, don't buy this 5th call until this by 50%. That is when you should trigger any buy here. Now, once you have locked it, so you are not looking at this place. So you are only interested from first call, second call, third call to 4th call. That's the first step. You have locked it 50%. Second step, step 2. Step 2, you sum up your multiple buying ratio. Sum it up. So you have 0.5 plus 1.8 plus 0.5 plus another 1.8. Let's see what it will give us. Please, if you cannot see my screen, let me know before I move further. 0.5 plus 1.8 plus 0.5 plus another 1.8. So give me 4.6. That is step 2. Step 3, this 4.6 now, you take this 4.6 plus 1. This one is constant, is as a result of that shop, my friend's shop, the space that my friend's shop is occupying. So it's also as a result of that position, that first buying amount is occupying. So it's always constant, plus 1. So when you plus it plus 1, it gives you 5.6. Now, you have 5.6, step 3, 5.6. Now, step 4, the answer that you got, the 5.6 times your first buying amount, which is 20. Take note of that. Times your first buying amount, which is 20. So it gives you 102. This is what you get, 102. Now, take this 102. Now, step 1, 2, 3, 4. Step 5. Now, this 102 that you have gotten now, step 5, your initial capital that you have in your hand, which is your 480. Now, you subtract 112 from that 480. So what will you get? You get 368. Now, this 368 is what you are going to use for what they call manual replenishment. Now, in put tactics, you want to force certain amount manually as against the robot wish. Because naturally, the robot, after picking your $20, the robot will start buying the first shop, second shop, third shop. But now, put tactics, as the robot picks the $20, you want to force in some money into the robot before it starts buying across the first shop, second shop. So how do you do that calculation? The amount that you are going to force it is what I just explained to you. So any amount or capital that you are using based on this configuration that it gives you is what you are going to use to calculate the manual replenishment, or you call it manual buy. So this figure is what we are going to use for manual replenishment. Manual replenishment. So immediately it buys my $20. That is when I want to insert this $368. So how do we do it? Now that we have gotten the number for the figure for manual, we are going to use for manual replenishment. So as soon as my boat picks, now take note of this. As soon as my boat picks this pepper from my friend's shop at $5, this $20, you know, I used this $20 when pepper was $5. Now, between the next shop, which is the first shop, now the boat want to start buying. Now, maybe the boat want to buy at when the price dropped to $4. When the price drops to $4, now that is when it will buy in the first shop. So as soon as my robot buys the $20 at $5, now if this price just drop to 4.9, I want to inject that $368 into the trade before it ever comes to buy the first buy. Before it ever comes to buy. So what I'm saying is $5 was what I bought with this $20, was the price when I used the robot bought this $20. Now, the next time the robot would buy is the first shop. Now, he's waiting for the price to drop to like $4 before he buys from the first shop. But I want to do a manual, I want to post money in between this place. So I remember we buy low. So since the robot has bought at $5, I don't want to buy anything higher than $5. Rather, I want to buy low. So for me to do my manual replenishment, the price needs to drop to around $4.9. So once I see it at $4.9, $4.8, I will inject that $368. That is my manual replenishment I've done. So I will now be having $20 plus $368. That will be giving me $388. So immediately I inject it. Remember, as I have injected this, it has not bought the first buy. It has not entered the first shop. So as the price starts dropping, it will now drop down to where it will buy the first shop. In the first shop, it will now use extra $10. It will come down again, enter the second shop, come down, enter the third shop, buy, come down, enter the fourth shop and buy. By the time you enter the fourth shop, the total amount I will be seeing is my entire 480. So that is how that manual replenishment is being done for me to achieve 100% of my capital from first call to the fourth call. So if I now have 480 inside here, and let's assume that I have 480 inside here, and the robot goes to sell. Remember, it sells first buy and fourth call as one entity. So meaning I'm expecting all position take profit 3%. 3% of 480. That is what I'm expecting. So 3% of 480 will be giving me $14. So I'm going to make $14 at this point. Now I'm going to make more money here. Now that is the advantage why people like using Bull tactics. Bull tactics give you more money because by the time it buys from first buy to the fourth, 100% of your capital is already inside it. And when it goes to sell, give you 3% of that amount and you make out big profit. But the disadvantage of this Bull tactics is if this trade goes against you, remember from first call to the fourth call, 100% of your capital is already inside the 480, meaning you don't have any money again. And you lock here 50%. Let's assume that the trade now goes down, you are now on floating loss. It now went down deep to the point that it now deep by 50%. So as it dips by 50%, the boat wants to trigger a new buy at the fifth call. Because there is no money, it will now send you that message, insufficient funds to trigger price, insufficient funds. So it's two things. Either you add more funds and open this 50% back to 0.2. Once you have more, it starts buying fifth, sixth, seventh call to the rest and start giving you subset while you are waiting for this major profit up here. But because you have exhausted your entire capital, you don't have more capital to buy more margin calls. All you need to do is you wait patiently for the price to return back up. So that time that you are waiting, you are not enjoying subset. Unlike default settings, while you are waiting for your trade to close, your entire trade to close, you are seeing small money downtrend, you are seeing money subset. But for default setting, you will not see money subset. So that is how default settings works. So I think that is all about boot tactics category 1. At least you people now understand the advantage and disadvantage of using boot tactics. Then you now understand the advantage and disadvantage of default settings. So that is why we advise you that if you are trading, minimum coin you can trade at the time is 3. The maximum coin is 10. So if you are trading like 3 coins, put 2 on default settings, 1 on boot tactics, depending on how patient you are. If you are a very patient person, you can put 2 on boot tactics and 1 on default settings. If you are not a patient person, you can put 2 on default settings and 1 on boot tactics. So if you are trading 4 coins, you put 2 on default settings and 2 on boot tactics. If you are trading 6 coins, put 3 on default settings and 3 on boot tactics. Follow simple instruction and you will get optimal result, as I have said. So that is that about this Excel sheet template. So in the midst, is there any question? Let me attend to it because of time. So King Okono John, King John, please ask your question. Drop it, let me respond to it now. This is answer and question time so that we can end the section. Network really dealt with me on this. If you have any question on the chat, kindly drop your question. And if I have communicated value, let me see the word value. If what I've explained so far is clear, let me see the word value on the chart. Okay, thank you, King Dynamic, King Bashir, King Kazim, thank you, Queen Adenike, thank you. So, is there any question, please? It's like this guy is King John is no longer on this call. He wanted to ask question. He's still on the call. Kindly ask your question, King John, please. Yes, because if you are depending on King John, if you are depending on signal from the signal group, if you are already a member of Rqtmi Motion International, we have a signal group where we drop signal, and each of that signal that comes, it comes with a preset price, the price at which you will buy. Let's say they analyze a price for you that buy pepper when the price is $2. Let's say, and they drop the signal for you. Now, let's say when they drop the signal, you were seeing pepper at the price of $3. So you have to come and put that preset price. Just program the preset price. That is why you need to learn how to use the robot. So when you program the preset price on $2, as soon as the price drop to that $2, immediately the bot will trigger your $20. That is if you are depending on signal. But if you are the one picking your coin and you want to pick it at $2, once you put all the settings, as soon as you see it on $2, you just click on start. It will pick at that $2 for you. So it must first pick your first buying amount, 20. So it is when it picks your first buying amount, 20, that is when you can do that manual replenishment. If it does not pick the $20, you cannot do the manual replenishment. Because of time, I cannot show you people how to initiate that manual replenishment. Maybe in our next class, we are going to do that, please. So take note, your manual replenishment can only be done after it has picked this $20. If it has not picked the $20, your manual replenishment cannot be executed. Please take note of that. Is that clear, King John? If it's clear, please, I need a response. Okay, that for this question that you have asked me now is a question for another section. For come on Friday, we are going to tell you how to trade without analysis. We call that trading without analysis. There is a condition or a rule, simple rule you can just follow and you get result. But on Friday, remind me of this question. I can attend to that on Friday. So any other question, please? If there's any other question, drop it on the chat. We have 1 more minute to go. If there's any other question, kindly drop it on the chat. Drop it. Let's talk about it. Some people are shy, they won't ask question. Ask your question, please. King John, we are waiting for the question. Why is my coin price not showing? Everything is zero. Okay, for your coin price that is not showing is your network. Go and download VPN. Any VPN, there's a particular VPN. I don't know if someone can share it on the screen. So sometimes it's a network glitch. So when you on VPN, it will show. It will show. Use VPN. Sometimes it's your network that is causing that. Please take note of that. So you can either download XVPN. That is what I use. And there's another type, another VPN some persons use also. So download it and always on it, and you see that your everything will show very well. His network is a network glitch. Having watched the video,
maybe he can ask for it in our group. Somebody will drop it for him.
Yeah, ask in our group, they will drop it for you so that you can activate the VPN. Then I say, having watched the video and understand them, do I wait for signal? Do I wait for signal from the group, or what is the condition that should be applied for me to enter a trade? Now, if you have watched the video, see how to. We have 3 ways to. We have about 4 or 5 and 3 ways to enter a trade. We have trading without analysis. We have using the 2 indicator tactics. Trading with analysis, which involve using the 2 indicator tactics. Then we have the SMC. That SMC is like master and PhD this thing. That is beyond your level. But if signal is not forthcoming, use the first condition, the first rule, -5, -3, -5% changes. Rqtmi change tactics conditions. You have the video there. So you don't need to wait for signal. You go to your 25 volatile coin. You see anyone that is from -3, -4, -5, -6% deep. I didn't want to talk about this, but you're making me to talk about this. -3, -5, -4, -6, -7% deep. You pick any of those coins, but don't take more than 3% take profit because you did not analyze it. Please take note of that. Then another way to get signal is to depend on signal from the signal group. So if you are not seeing any coin doing -3, -4, -5, the next thing you have to do, depend on signal from the signal group. If signal is not coming from the signal group, that is why you need to learn how to analyze yourself using the 2 indicator tactics. and learn short entry, long entry, and pro strategy. So there's no way, if you have an understanding of these three things, there's no way you cannot see signal or coin to trade. Am I clear? Please, is that clear, King John? Is that clear? Okay, so I'm going to end the session for today. Thank you everyone for your patience. We really appreciate. Network was really messing up with our screen here. Thank you. I'm glad we were able to achieve something today. Do have a lovely day ahead of you all. Thank you. Take care.